I want to talk about how pro-Palestinian people who are not Palestinian, not Arab, not Muslim, feel so comfortable policing people's language and thoughts and feelings and emotions during the genocide of Palestinians. Because I don't remember after 9/11 Muslims going around and policing people's language and how they refer to Islam and Muslims. Like, I don't remember any of that from the last 24 years. Like, I don't remember Muslims doing that to the world. Muslims really just let the world feel how they felt about Islam, even though 9/11 was always sus as fuck to all Muslims. And it's not just the dehumanization of Muslims in the Middle East, it's like the dehumanization of Muslims globally. Like, there were Uyghur Muslims in China in concentration camps, and like no one gave a fuck. There was a whole genocide of Rohingya Muslims and no one gave a fuck. Okay? So here we are now watching the genocide of Palestinians, right? And we are so policed in how we feel that we cannot even feel the fullest expression of our anger. Because God forbid we don't say Zionist. God forbid we protest in a way that brings inconvenience. Like, the amount of policing, even within the movement of people who consider themselves pro-Palestinian, it is so frustrating. And I feel like it's such a bullshit. There's this Palestinian creator, her name is Zina Matar. She was on a podcast and she was talking about how in Arab cultures and in indigenous cultures, people don't get overtly upset because it's totally acceptable to express anger to each other. And I was like, oh my God, this is so true. Even in my culture, like, you can be super upset at somebody and like, curse them out, whatever, get up in their faces. And then like an hour later, everything is calm. And then you're like back to being normal. And like, you don't carry that anger into your therapy session the following week. She was like, in the West, that's totally not acceptable. And I was thinking a lot about this because like, seeing the people who are trying to police people's feelings and anger and frustration and like thoughts and feelings, I don't think they understand that. Like, in order for an individual to actually have emotional intelligence, an individual has to feel their feelings, right? And the fact that we're trying to build this world of love and light and like abundance, but we're not really being real and honest with each other. The fact that I cannot be angry at a certain group of people who are actively dehumanizing Palestinians, starving Palestinians, stripping Palestinians, raping Palestinians, sexually assaulting Palestinians, shooting Palestinians, starving Palestinians. I mean, I cannot be angry at this group of people, or else I'm anti-Semitic, And if I'm not addressing it properly, like, I'm anti-Semitic. And it's like that policing of my feelings and that not being allowed to actually be angry is actually turning my anger into hatred. And it's like, I know I'm not a hateful person. I know I'm not a hateful person. I know that if I was to have the freedom to fully express my anger and frustration, that anger would naturally evolve to compassion and understanding. And it's like, I don't think that people understand that in the West, which is so frustrating, because it's like, you're trying to build a world with us that's about love and light, but it's not happening organically, because everything that you believe in is fake. You don't have freedom. You don't have the freedom to be you, to actually express your emotions and rawness and like your anger. It has to be channeled perfectly. You have to be perfectly protesting. You have to make sure you're protesting in a way so that you don't bring anybody inconvenience, and that you are doing it always. You are always 100% perfect. And it's so fake. And I don't think that people who are in the pro-Palestinian movement, I don't think that they're trying to be these police officers. I'm sure they have great intentions, but I want to be able to communicate that, like, you're not doing us a service. You're doing us a disservice by trying to police how angry and frustrated we feel during the genocide of Palestinians.